The holiday season for most people is a fun time of the year filled with parties and celebrations and social gatherings with family and friends. For many people, though, it is a time filled with sadness, self-reflection, loneliness, and anxiety. So here to talk a little bit about all of that, we brought in a licensed therapist who practices right here in Lexington, Kentucky, Miss Aquí. Thank you so much, Anna, for being here today.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you for having me.
Now, you also have your own radio show here in Lexington. Talk about that.
Yes, I do. I have it in here as well in Radio Lex, but I have it in Spanish. The name of it is Sana Sana Platica con Ana. And you know why? Do you know the origin of that name? Sana Sana Platica con Ana, it's originated in a song that when you get hurt, when you're a little one, in Mexico or in Latin America actually, your mom is going to tell you Sana Sana, which means heal, heal. It's going to sing you something or tell you something along the lines of Sana Sana, colita de rana, si no sana hoy, sanará mañana, which means heal, heal. The next thing is a little funny because it's a rhyme that is not going to make any sense to you. But heal, heal, something like frog tail. If you don't heal today, you're going to heal tomorrow. So that's why we put that name on my show.
I love that. Sana. And you have a Spanish audience, so I'm glad that you get to come here on Off the Cuff with Adam Banks and have an English audience. I'm very excited for you. But how long have you been practicing in your field?
I'm very, very excited. Okay, I'm a therapist, a Gestalt therapist from Mexico and a transgenerational psychotherapist now. And I specialize in working with families and couples and stress management because that's the worst pandemic we can ever have. Mm-hmm. So that's my field.
Well, we were talking earlier about holiday depression. It's definitely something that does exist. So let me ask you, what are some of the biggest reasons people get depressed around the holidays?
Okay. First of all, the seasonal, there is a name for this, and it's SAD, S-A-D. Can you believe it? It's seasonal affective disorder. And this seasonal affective disorder has a lot to do with several things. First of all, we're not separated from nature, from the universe. And, birds, squirrels, all animals, during this time of the year, they go home, they hibernate. Well, that's our time to go inside as well. Also, what happens is we tend, we're like a ball of chemicals and hormones. And when you get up in the morning, it's dark. When you go home, after work is dark, and that starts affecting us, our mood. We need the sun. We need vitamin D. You go to the doctor, it's going to tell you, take vitamin D. When you have a baby, doctor is going to tell you, put your baby at least 10 minutes a day under the sunshine. We need the sun. So in these dark times, we feel a little low. And we tend also to start making this kind of comparisons with last year. What happened? Is the time we take stock of what we did, what we didn't do, what could happen, and then we start getting lost in our thoughts.
Absolutely. I think that Christmas is very time-stamped because you know exactly what you were doing on that particular day last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And if it's not exactly as happy as it once was, that can make you very sad. But a lot of people, don't you agree, when there's so many people that feel this, it's very normal to feel that way because it happens around this time. So don't feel out of place if you are feeling sad and depressed around this time because it is very normal. Well, let me ask you, Anna, what are some things people can do to alleviate some of their depression around the holidays?
one of the first things we can do is lower our expectations. Because that's something very heavy on us. We have very high expectations. We need it to be perfect. We need it to be like social media picture, kind of. We need it to be perfect. We want it to be the perfect picture, perfect family. We need to be awesome. And honestly, it doesn't need to be that.
Yes.
We need to show up.
Right.
We just need to show up as much as we can for as long as we can. So lower our expectations is always a good start.
Okay, what's some other things that people can do?
Also, something that is very important is learn to say no. Have some boundaries. Sometimes, as much as we love our family and friends, there is a lot of things going on. There's a lot of pressure. Everything needs to be done in a way. Your family wants this. Or sometimes it's your spouse, your partner's family. I mean, there's a lot of things going on at the same time. And there's a lot of people there with different moods, with different expectations. So if we just learn to say no, we set our boundaries, and there's always a phrase that I think every time you're going to say yes, think if that yes is not going to cost you a no for you. If a yes is a yes for someone else's, but you have to think again.
Lower our expectations, learn to say no. Is there anything else that we can do?
Oh, yes. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself first. It's not being selfish. Take care of yourself allows you to be the best self you can be for others. So if you need an extra hour of sleep, also I recommend you to keep doing exercise, healthy food. I mean, the things you regularly do, because those are the first things we don't do at this time of the year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Absolutely. So it says here that research studies have found phototherapy is effective in treating people that suffer from SAD. Phototherapy is a treatment involving about a half hour a day of exposure to artificial sunlight. For many sufferers of SAD, phototherapy can be highly effective. Do you agree with this type of treatment?
Of course.
The sunshine.
Yes, sunshine. And I know some days like today are difficult, but we had a lot of sun yesterday. So when there is sun out there, just go, take a walk your dog, go for a run, keep doing some exercise, movement, dance, do things that make you feel happy. It's incredible, but the things that makes you happy are the things that improve your energy levels. So those are the things we need to do.
I have so much more to still talk to you about, so I hope you stick around for our next segment.
Sure.
We're going to have to take a quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, stick with us. We have Aquí, a licensed therapist here in Lexington, Kentucky, coming at you live after these words. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Bells will be ringing, the glad, glad news. Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Cuff.
My baby's gone.
Adam Banks here with you. Amber is also in the studio, along with my brother, Elijah, and our very special guest, a licensed therapist here in Lexington, Kentucky, who has her own radio show, Miss Aquí. We was talking on our last segment about holiday depression and some things that you can do to alleviate that. Very beneficial information so far, wouldn't you say, Amber?
Absolutely. I think the biggest one was learn to say no.
Absolutely.
That one, I think that was, I wish more people could express that, let people know how important that is.
Right?
Is saying no.
Anna, you also are a meditation coach. Can you talk about the benefits of meditation and why people should meditate?
Oh my God, you're not going to stop me with this one. It's my favorite. I turned a meditation teacher because I know firsthand how good can be for you. So that's why I teach my patients to meditate. I became a certified meditation teacher because meditation, I know a lot of people have this idea of that you're going to levitate or they don't know what to expect. They're going to become enlightened. And it's not like that.
Ride the magic carpet.
Exactly. That's not the point. And that's not going to happen.
So what is the point?
Okay. The point of meditation is first, be still. Go inside. Go inside. Self-awareness. That's what we're looking for. It's like I tell you, like when you have your phone and you're going to take a selfie, we're used to take photos all the time. We're going to take pictures outside and with our phone. But what if you just touch your phone and change your camera? Mm-hmm. Meditation is changing your camera inside yourself. So you can become aware of what is happening with you. You start being very bored. You're going to be like, okay, I need to be quiet. My knee itches. Okay, what am I supposed to be feeling? Mm-hmm. What am I supposed to happen? You're not supposed to be doing anything, just being quiet. If you find that hard, you can also start doing guided meditations when someone is going to tell you, breathe in, breathe out, and just following your breath. Or listen to someone that is telling you to follow your breath. Just calm. Just calm your thoughts. Because, we're designed to be thinking all day long. Mm-hmm. We're going to have thoughts. You can't stop having thoughts. You have from 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts in a day.
My goodness. So basically, meditation is the time when you can turn your thoughts off.
Or you can be aware of your thoughts.
Yes.
You can say, like, okay, what's happening? For example, there's a ton of kinds of meditation. There is transcendental meditation, mindful meditation. But for instance, you can just be quiet, listening what is happening outside. And just listening to sounds, a car in the street, a bird in your backyard, whatever. Just listening. And you're going to find yourself distracted by thoughts or physical sensations. And it's okay. Just go back to pay attention to your breathing, on what you're listening. And when you realize it's going to happen already 1 minute, 2 minutes, and it's like, 2 minutes. I was calm for 2 minutes. I was aware of my thoughts for 2 minutes. And then you're going to become, more, you're going to become more familiar with this feeling and you're going to be doing it.
So I've tried it before, and every time I try to meditate, I fall asleep.
That's okay.
So is that okay to fall asleep? Are you still getting the benefits of what meditation?
It's what your body needs.
Okay.
So your body needs to sleep.
Yes.
Come on, Adam.
It really does. Well, you also are a life coach.
Yes.
Now, let's say I hire you as my life coach. What are some of the things that you would do for me as my life coach?
Okay. What I'm going to do for you, if I were your life coach, first of all, I'm not going to do anything. You are the one that would do it.
Okay.
There we go.
Yes.
That's the way it works. I would help you to find out your goals. And the coach is going to decide with you you're going to decide where you want to go. But you are going to design the path with your coach, the path you need to take from where you are to where you want to be. Mm-hmm. That's the life coaching way of working. Is different for every person. So that's why there is not a recipe. For instance, I have clients, because for therapy I have patients. For life coaching I have clients. Mm-hmm. And what I recommend you is first therapy, because you cannot build a building on beach. You're going to need to have some you're going to need to have some roots. You're going to need to put this building in a safe, good place. You need to build it to build a safe structure. So first of all is the healing part. We all have some parts of ourselves that can do better.
Yes.
Or we've been hurt before.
Oh, yes.
That's the first part where we need to work. After that, we need to go to the setting goals stage. Okay, where do you want to be? What do you want to go? Okay, that's the thing that we're going to decide. And tools as meditation, as so many other tools that I have in my bag. You're going to be learning all of those tools.
Now, do you have a physical place here in Lexington that people can come and talk to you if they wanted to?
Not now, because this is very interesting. I moved to Lexington 2 years ago. I used to live in San Antonio, Texas, and then COVID pandemic hit in 2020. My husband got an offer for a new job in Lexington, and we had to move. We had to close my office, and I started doing some consultations. So now I'm a Zoom consultant full time.
Virtual.
Yes.
Yes, you can do virtual. Yes. Well, it's not every day, Elijah, Amber, that we get a therapist in the studio. So I'm going to open up the mic for Elijah. We'll start with you. One question apiece. Go ahead and and ask Anna any question you want. Elijah, we'll start with you.
Well, as you know, we were talking a little bit at the break. A lot of people in my hometown in Letcher County they've lost a lot of things. They've lost their homes, they've lost their cars, and some have even lost their families. What do you say to those people? How to cheer them up? There's not really much that you can do to cheer them up, but what do you say to get them through a day? Especially during the holidays?
First of all, I want to tell you to be patient. Be patient with yourself. Trauma is big, and what you had was big. What you suffered was big. It's important to give it a name, give it a space. So we need to give it a space. We need to not to hide it under the carpet, but to put it a name and say, okay, this happened. But there is a beautiful work from these two psychiatrists, Tedeschi and Calhoun, and they talk about PTG. PTG after PTSD. PTG is post-traumatic growth. How we can go from PTSD to PTG, to post-traumatic growth. And this part is very interesting. When we start seeing this event, what happened, instead of a threat, we see it as an opportunity, and we see it as an opportunity to grow. We're going to see it different. I don't know if you get what I mean, because sometimes my mental translations are not as good as my words.
I 100% get what you're saying. Yes. To grow from that,
yes.
From that, instead of letting it take over you, is what you're saying. To grow from that experience, that bad experience.
Exactly, because that one, what happened was big.
Yes.
But right now, if you center yourself in this present perfect moment. So that's why I always tell people that we need to work in our... when you start meditating, you're going to start looking at your thoughts. I don't tell you to control your thoughts. I tell you to see your thoughts. When you can see them, you can replace them with a thought of something that is happening right now. For instance, okay, it was horrible because I was in this bad experience. But right now, are you in that experience? Right now, are you sitting right here safe and sound, or are you in that experience? That happened. Okay, yeah, that happened. But right now, you're okay. So breathe, recenter yourself, ground yourself. Okay. I'm okay right now. What's happening around me? What I'm seeing? How I'm feeling? Okay? I'm patient with myself. I have permission to feel like that. That happened when? 6 months ago, a year ago, when that happened. Okay, right now it's not happening.
Excellent. Amber, go ahead. Ask you a question really
Oh
quick.
my goodness, he's got me on quick. Unfortunately, last year my father died of cancer, so last Christmas was our first Christmas without him. We're coming up on our second Christmas. He was our glue that held our family together. Christmas is not the same without him. It has been a struggle for my family. I am thankful that we have been able to maintain, the traditions that we kept with him. But I know a lot of people aren't able to continue, like you said, with the post-traumatic growth. I guess, what are some suggestions you could give people that are just suffering from a lost loved one during the holiday season?
First of all, Amber, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you so much.
I know, especially the first year, this empty chair is not to be filled. It's hard to see that empty chair. But you know what? It's very important also to realize that this grief time has several stages, as I'm sure you already know.
Unfortunately.
I'm sure you already know. And it's going to come to acceptance, which is the last step of grief. It's the last phase. And you're going to go through all of them, and growth is not linear. It's more like in circles,
Twists and turns.
Better. Exactly, twists and turns. Sometimes are better, sometimes are worse. But realizing that you have a fantastic father, and be grateful for that, and honor him. And you know what? You honor him, and you honor your name. Mm-hmm. Having a great time.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. Anna, I just love you. Thank you. I mean, you have such a wonderful presence and spirit about you. And tell everyone where they can reach you if they want more information.
Thank you. Well, you can see my website is www.anaaki.com. I have Facebook, Instagram. Their names are in Spanish, and it's Bájale al estrés, which is something for you to... I'm going to translate it to you. Bájale al estrés means like chill.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being a guest today. We really did enjoy it.
Adam,
thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to another episode of Off the Cuff. Merry Christmas, and we will be back next week. If you want to follow Off the Cuff, you can do that on social media at Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. You can follow me on social media at The Adam Banks, the co-host on social media at Ambu447. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to our special guest, Anna Ky. Thank you, Elijah, for being here. Amber, as always, I'm Adam Banks, and this is Off the Cuff. We will see you next week from 4 to 5.
And every mother's child is gonna smile.